Ever wondered what the common issues faced while using traditional for loop in Java are and how to overcome them? Well, you're in the right place. Traditional for loops, while certainly powerful, can often lead to a host of problems. For one, they can be a bit complex to understand, especially for beginners. The syntax requires careful attention to detail, and a single misplaced semicolon or bracket can lead to errors. This complexity also affects the readability of your code, making it harder for others to understand what's going on. And let's not forget the risk of off-by-one errors, where you might mistakenly iterate one time too many or too few, causing unforeseen problems. But don't worry, all is not lost. There's a more convenient, less error-prone alternative waiting in the wings. So let's dive into the solution to these issues, the enhanced for loop in Java. The syntax of the enhanced for loop in Java is surprisingly simple and streamlined. Now let's dive into the details. The syntax for the enhanced for loop is composed of three main components: the type, the variable, and the array or collection. The type refers to the data type of the items in the array or collection you're working with. This could be integers, strings, or even objects. The variable is a placeholder for each item in the array or collection as the loop iterates through them. The array or collection is, of course, the data structure that you're looping through. This could be an array list, a linked list, or any other type of collection that Java supports. Putting it all together, the syntax looks something like this. For type variable, array, collection. This is followed by the loop body enclosed in curly braces. The loop body contains the operations you want to perform on each item. Let's take a quick example. Say you have an array of integers. Your enhanced for loop would look something like this. For int number, numbers array. In this case, int is the type, number is the variable, and numbers array is the array. It's worth noting that the variable number is a local variable. That means it only exists within the loop. Each time the loop iterates, number takes on the value of the current item in the array. Now that we have our heads around the syntax, it's time to understand how this loop operates. Understanding how the enhanced for loop works is crucial to effectively using it in your code. The enhanced for loop, also known as the for each loop, is a simplified version of the traditional for loop, designed specifically to iterate over arrays or collections. Here's how it works. Instead of declaring a counter variable, setting a condition, and incrementing the counter, you simply declare a variable of the same type as the elements in your array or collection. The loop then iterates over each element, assigning the current element to the declared variable. For instance, if you have an array of integers, the enhanced for loop will go through each integer, one by one, without the need for any index handling. This makes your code cleaner, easier to read, and less prone to errors. As we can see, the enhanced for loop brings a lot of simplicity and efficiency to the table. A few key points can help us better understand and appreciate the enhanced for loop. Firstly, one of its greatest merits is the ease of use. The enhanced for loop, also known as the for each loop, simplifies the process of iterating through arrays and collections. Instead of manually controlling the index, the loop automatically does it for you. Secondly, it offers improved readability. By removing the need to manage the index or use the length property, your code becomes cleaner and easier to understand. This is especially beneficial when sharing your work with others or revisiting your own code after some time. Thirdly, the enhanced for loop also helps to reduce the chances of errors. Traditional for loops can be prone to off-by-one errors, a common pitfall for developers. However, the enhanced for loop eliminates this issue by automatically handling the iteration. But it's important to remember that it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. The enhanced for loop can't be used for every scenario. For instance, you can't use it if you need to modify the array or collection itself, or if you need to know the index of an element. So, next time you're dealing with arrays or collections in Java, remember the enhanced for loop. It might just make your coding life a little easier.